Hey guys, it's Bruce. Welcome to Combo Course Podcast. And today, it's kind of a surprise podcast because I haven't been able to do my normal lives. I missed you guys. I miss these times we have together. I'm gonna try to start a TikTok, but I don't know if this is gonna work. I might have to shut this thing down. Sometimes this dual application thing I do doesn't work, but I'm gonna try it. This will be more informal, and I'm just gonna go through like some of the things I did to get a job recently. I'm finally got a job. Let me see. I used AI to get a job. Okay, gonna see if I can invite folks over at TikTok to join us, but we'll see. Was this tip accurate? I don't know what that means. Okay, let's see if this will work. Yeah, this one's more informal, but talking about the same thing about how I recently got more than one job offer, by the way. And if it worked for me, I think it could work for you too. So I'm just telling everybody, how I did it, what I did, exactly all the steps I used, that kind of thing. So bear with me while I try to invite the TikTok guys over. I used AI to get a job. And I'm still getting what's crazy is I'm still getting communication about jobs. So it's amazing. And especially in this market where it's still pretty, difficult out there, and I realized that. Yeah, and this is not working. I'm not sure like what's going on. I'll keep trying with the TikTok, but it's too bad because there's a lot of audience over there. I can't wait till they get better tools with TikTok for streaming, dual streaming. But right now it's not the best, I have to say. You got to do all this extra stuff with it. Let me see. Did I do something wrong here? What's going on? Hey guys, how you doing? Netta, Jose, how you guys doing? Things are definitely picking up. Yeah, it absolutely is picking up. There was definitely a dead zone. Definitely was a dead zone in there for a while where it was just really difficult to find anything between and that's typical, between January December and January. But now into January I start getting a bunch of interviews and people contacting me and stuff. And I want to give a special thanks to there's so many people on this community who contacted me directly and reached out and sent my resume directly to HR departments and stuff. So I really appreciate that. And exactly the kind of community I've been trying to build. Is something where we help each other out. I used AI to get a job. So yeah, it's picked up and I really appreciate it. Test, test, test. Okay, looks like I have TikTok on. Let me see if it'll work. If it starts giving me some feedback, if you guys start hearing something weird, just let me know. Cause sometimes I'm not okay. It's sounding good. Sounding good so far. Let me see. Read a couple, and this will be informal. I'll definitely tell you guys. I'm gonna break everything down about how I was able to use AI to find a job. It was a lot of different tools and techniques I used, and that definitely contributed to me finding a position and getting some interviews, and then subsequently getting some offers and stuff. So I want to tell you guys exactly how I was able to do that. It's not a secret, so I'm definitely gonna share that with you. How's it going? It's going pretty good, Jose. It's going pretty good, man. I'm feeling a lot better now that I got a position. The stress is off me. So Loud and clear. Okay, thank you. Let me see. Netta says, I need all the tips. Looking for a position right now. It's been difficult. Yeah, it's definitely a hardcore market. It's not like I think hopefully it'll pick up in June, but there's just so many things happening, especially in the government space that there's like a moving target. Like everything's kind of shifting. It's just very volatile right now, you know. Some of it's because of our as a as a country, just our own doing. But some of it is it's just a lot of things all happening at once. I think I that's what I think is going on. Just had an interview with one of your previous employers, Steampunk. Yeah, they're all right. Steampunk was all right. They took care of me. I can't complain too much. Good group of guys. They have a real good culture, I think. Having been with many different companies, it's pretty benefits and stuff's pretty average what you get. But I think the culture that they build of being trying to stand outside the box a little bit from other contractors, I think is pretty a good method. And they're not bad. When we were going through all this stuff with Doge and all the contracting stuff, they like really held on, and we're trying to keep us and everything. So I would have to say that they're not bad. So if you get a choice to be with them, if the price is right, it's not a bad choice. Are you finding remote opportunities or just on site? Actually both, but remote is mostly what I'm getting. If you can believe that, remote is mostly what I'm getting, which is amazing. Those types of opportunities. So can hear you loud and clear. Getting the CCP and AWS AI practitioner has helped. AI is here to stay, no doubt about it. I've been thinking about getting the AWS AI practitioner or the Google one. I really have been on the fence about getting it because I want to go deeper and have a more of a formal breakout of the curriculum. And I just don't. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't know if I'm gonna do. I'm not sure if I'll do AWS, GCP, Google, or Azure. It's going to be one of those, I think. But then there's another one, Isaka. I think D Truth mentioned Isaka has one because it's not going anywhere. I mean, it's like I said, some of the interviews that I had, like they were mentioning it. I mean, mainly because I mentioned it in my resume because I've been doing a lot of studying myself on it. But it's definitely here to stay. It's not going anywhere. We have to stay up with the times. Congratulations on your new position. I thought my clearance would help. Shaking my head. Just hang in there. Don't give up. That's the main thing is don't give up. I know it's discouraging. I know it's super discouraging because you get all these rejection and it's kind of like you feel like you're fighting an uphill battle, and it's just you got to do all this prep for the interview and stuff, and it takes all this extra energy. It's stressful, especially you're thinking, damn, finances and all that kind of stuff. Um, I personally, just to kind of let you guys in on what's been going on. Like we had medical emergencies. We had like for the last year, 2025 was really rough for me. I don't really talk about it, but it was a tough year. Just all these unforeseen things all kind of happened back to back, 2024 and 2020 through 2025. And then boom, no job. We lost our contract. It's like, damn, that sucks. So financially it's been rough. You know how medical bills can just destroy you, I mean, it's been rough, y'all, you know. So, um but yeah, don't the thing is I just don't give up. I always if something's not working, I will just readjust and I'll do something else. I'll keep trying to figure things out and I have a I think it's kind of it's one of the things that's like my greatest failing and then my greatest strength is that I'm extremely positive. I always feel like there's gonna be something better is gonna happen. So that's why I don't give up. But at the same time, that can also backfire because I'm so positive that it's like sometimes bad things will happen. I'm like, damn, I didn't see that coming, kind of thing. But the positivity makes it so I just don't give up. I just keep going. And if this route doesn't work, I'll just try something else. I'll just keep doing things. All right, I got enough people here. I want to tell you guys exactly what I did. Right. And if you didn't see my last video that I did out there pre-recorded, then you're about to see a little taste of it right now. All right. So and I'll continue. This will be informal, so you can just chime in, ask any questions. I see you guys on TikTok. I see you guys on Indeed and LinkedIn. I see you guys on YouTube. So let's just chat. So how did I get this job? As you know, let me just give you a backstory on what happened. So I work in the government sector, and it's been rough in the government sector, right? Especially some departments got hit with Doge, random ass layoffs. They had a month long, the longest shutdown in history in the U.S. The politics is crazy. All that stuff is leaking into now. They want to put it right there, front and center, inside of everything we're doing. Which I'm a cybersecurity guy. I don't care about the politics, right? I just want to protect systems. I'm here to protect confidentiality, integrity, and availability. I just don't care. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm an American citizen. I do care about what happens, but when it comes to the data, I have one mission, that's protect it. So, that's protect all the data, because your data is on these systems. Your data, right? You listen, watching me right now. Your data is in these systems, so we got to protect them. But they're ignoring it at the top, using their own servers or uploading shit to fucking public servers. I can't force them to do what's right, but I'm gonna do my best. So anyway, I'm in the government. It's been volatile. 2025 was crazy in that space. And I think it's probably going to be even crazier in going forward, right? Just looking at everything that's happening. Yeah, Signalgate, all that kind of stuff. So it's been crazy, and I think it's going to get crazier because they're just doubling down on what they've been doing. Like they're everything they did last year, they're doing it 10 times more this year. Like, oh, we're going to do more, even more stupid shit this year, So it's like, what? On every level they're doing it. It's wild. It's wild. This is what happens when you don't hire the best people for the job. You hire people who are cool with you. And this is what happens. Like, this is the result of that. And that's just my own 2 cents. Anyway, so yeah, so it's been rough in the government sector. That said, we lost our contract, right? So part of our contract was lost, and a whole bunch of us, not just me, a whole bunch of us got let go, subcontractors mostly. I think the system that we were on is still out there, but I don't know what they're doing because there's so much politics all around it, without going into any details at all. So I'm like, damn, like, what am I going to do? I was thinking maybe I'll get a job quickly, but no. So they fired us right before they let us go. They laid us off right before, 3 weeks before Christmas. And that sucks for everybody. And so I started doing DoorDash. Yeah, so I've got some income streams coming in, but not enough, right? So not enough to live in the United States. I could probably live in another country for sure, but not in the US. So um there I am doing DoorDash. So if you want to see that series of me doing DoorDash with my family, it's pretty crazy. It's a good time. It's a good time. That said, DoorDash sucks. I mean, it's hardcore. If you're a dasher, I feel for you. Definitely tip those guys because that shit's hard. So yeah, now that whole time I'm still doing work, right? I'm doing DoorDash. I'm at home. I'm working even harder actually than if I had a job. I'm putting in resumes. I'm reaching out to people I know. I'm talking to people directly. Finally start having some recruiters contact me and doing interviews and stuff. And I think what happened for me is that I started doing my resumes using AI. And let me explain. So it's probably not what you think. So let me show you how I did it. So first of all, I developed an app. I developed this app for myself, right? Not for everyone else. I did it for myself. So I was like, there's gaps in my resume. There's things that should be on my resume that I'm not putting on there. I should be exploiting those things that I have, but I'm not, I'm not putting them in there. So what I did was I developed this app where, let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, so here it is right here. And what you do is you put your resume in here, and then it'll ask you some questions. Like maybe I'll just show you. It'll ask you questions. Let me see if I can grab my resume real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. Bear with me. Bear with me real quick. Just over here. Let me see if I can grab my resume and give you a demonstration. So I'm going to grab a resume and it'll walk you through questions. And it's like the same kind of thing that I get when people ask me to review their resume or whatever. There's a certain thing that I do, and I wanted to put that into an algorithm to make it easier for myself. Easier to do my own resumes and easier for me to help other people do theirs. And then I just put it on my community. If you're interested in this, by the way, you can go to Convo Courses. I don't know how long I'm going to put it up there because after some time, I'm probably going to have to pay for this service because it's not free. What happens is after a certain amount of usage, you have to pay because it's built on a cloud. It's built in the cloud using Google's cloud platform. So let me grab. Okay, bear with me here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this resume so I can give you a demonstration how this works. So this is one of the tools. And by doing this tool, it was able to, you know what? Let me just go ahead and put this up like this so you guys can see it. And then let me just remove that real quick. I'll bring that back. So this tool right here allows you to upload your whole resume, right? It immediately scrubs out, as well as supposed to, scrub out any kind of PII, any kind of, if you put your own information in here, it's supposed to get rid of that. And so I'm going to analyze it, still in beta mode. And what it does is it's going to analyze your resume for the most marketable skill sets and methodologies that are in there that you already have. Right. So it's definitely best to have your best resume forward before you put it in here. And then what it's going to do is it's going to suggest target roles. So probably for me, best of the list that it came up with probably will be this one right here. It's the closest thing that I've done, most relevant thing I've done. It's going to ask you where you are. So I'm going to put Colorado Springs, Colorado, something like that. So it can target the market. And then I'm going to put approximately how much I make. Let's say 130,000. And then we'll just go ahead and analyze it. Now, what it's doing is the important piece, which is to ask you, okay, I see, it's going to look at your whole resume and say, well, these are marketable things. So one of the most marketable things you should probably put in your resume is infrastructure as a service. Have you ever used Terraform, CloudFormation? And I'm going to say no, right? Kubernetes security and container orchestration. Yes. So I don't have that on my resume. It's asking me that because that's a marketable thing that's in line with what I do, but it's not in my resume. So I'm going to say yes. And so it asked me a little bit more details. How many years have you done that? What quantify your impact? And I could say something like maintained OpenShift Kubernetes security. And then it's going to go to the next one. So it's targeting all the most marketable things that should be on my resume. You get me? So follow me so far. So I'm just going to go through these real quick. We'll say yes on this one. We'll just go ahead and add it. Always forcing me to put something in there. So I'll say involved with CI/CD pipeline scanning. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead, critical gap, and then I'll skip the rest of these because it asks you like 11 more items, and there you pick which ones you have some exposure to, and then you go ahead and hit next. And then if there's one that's not listed, the AI has done an analysis of your resume and trying to choose things that are most marketable right now. And if you find if it maybe it misses something, you can just go ahead and type it in here. So somebody said you made an app. Yes, something to help myself and my community, to fix resumes to make them more marketable. So this is one of the things I use to get a job, by the way. This is one of the features. So what it does here is it uses salary guides and Bureau of Labor to determine how much your estimated market value is. Now, this is based on a couple things. I mean, estimated market value, it varies, right? To be honest with you, like it depends on what company you work for and like what part of the United States you're in. So 185, like I can see that being, I can make 185, but only if I move to like DMV. Like if I moved to DMV, I could probably make 185. If I moved out of where I currently live, I could do it. And it's telling me one of the coolest things about this app is it'll tell you how you can get to this number. It says leverage your specialized knowledge of generative AI and security ops and Kubernetes security within the Colorado Springs defense ecosystem by positioning yourself, yada yada yada. So it's saying that I could get my command 30% more than what I currently make doing general. And that's true. I mean, I know that there's these jobs here. For me, I know that in Colorado they've got a bunch of bases, so I could make this in Colorado. Facts. I could totally. I'd have to be in a skiff somewhere on some base somewhere with a top secret clearance, but I could do it. And that's what this is designed to do, is try to pinpoint how you can make more money and what kind of things are missing on your resume. And so this right here, it helped me out. Help me to update my resume. And then it goes a little bit further. It'll say, okay, well, here's the markets right here. If you're in California, it's making X amount. You can make this amount. If you're in Virginia, you can make 188 for sure. You can make this kind of money in Virginia and Maryland. That's for sure. Colorado, 178. Then target companies, Booz Allen Hamilton, and some others that it mentions here. It recommends certain certifications that I didn't see listed on my resume. Here's a couple right here. I know that these would definitely help me out. And then how you can pivot. This is one of my favorite features here. It'll tell you if I could pivot into, because I have so many years of experience, I could pivot into a director position as an information security person. I mean, cloud security architect. I don't know that I have the years to do this one, but it's suggesting I could do that. And then side gigs. It's telling me, hey, you can do compliance readiness auditor or incident response consultant. And I have done consulting on the side before. These do exist. Harder to find, but they're out there. And then finally, it will help you to optimize your resume. It'll take everything you just said, and then it will, you can just go ahead and copy this and then help you build it. And so that's what I did with this, is I made it so that it helped me build my resume better and put all the stuff in there that I was missing. And that helped me get more. And I'm not telling you to lie or anything like that. I'm telling you to squeeze the juice as much as possible out of every ounce of experience you've ever had. And a lot of times we miss great things that we've done in our career. We're not putting them in our resume. And so this thing is designed to find that. My favorite feature of this, one of the biggest helps of this app, AI helped me build this, by the way. I vibe coded this. So that's why I'm saying AI helped me find jobs. Now let me take it a step further. Now, this right here, this side piece, I don't know if yeah, this is out there. This piece right there. So if you go on the corner up here, quick resume tailoring. If you do this, you could take your resume, put it over here, and then put the job description, and it'll rewrite this all of your experience and put it in a way that is in aligned with the job description. And what I mean by that, and I'm not telling you to lie or anything like that. What I mean is, what happens is, I'll take myself as an example. I've got like three main skill sets. One is, of course, GRC stuff. One is vulnerability management or analysis, and another one will probably be like cloud security or SOC analyst, right? So those are the main ones that will contact me for jobs. And so what happens is, if it's a GRC role and my resume is a little too generic and I'm applying for that GRC role, but I have a whole bunch of stuff in there about, that might be a job. Vulnerability analysis. A lot of times the employer will say, look, we like your resume, but this is a GRC position. Could you put more in there about your GRC background? And then they'll expect you to rewrite it in accordance to help you to get that job better. And so this right here, this app will do that for you. It'll rewrite it in such a way that it will make it so that it is, it will tailor it for a vulnerability management or for a management role or for SOC analyst. You get the idea. So that's how AI has helped me out. That's one of the ways that AI has helped to find me interviews. And so you put the job description here, you hit tailor, and then it will produce that resume. Let me show you another one that I used. That's still working, by the way. This one works. This is a site called UseMassive, and it's been getting me resumes since last year. So I'm up to seven interviews. It's been getting me interviews since last year, and I'm up to 7 interviews through this app. You upload. It's not free, but it's definitely worth it if you're really looking for a job. You put your profile in. You filter your job description, and then it will automatically find jobs that match with what you do. And then it can automatically apply for the jobs. So you can see I've submitted to apply to 35 jobs total, right? That are relevant to me. Like, they're lined up with what I do. So it's not just randomly shotgunning your resume out to a bunch of organizations that you got nothing to do with. It's targeting your skill set and matching it with jobs that are like you. So let me give you an example if I can find one. Yeah, here's one. So here's let me see if I can find some that I already applied to. Oh no, it doesn't have that feature. Let me see. Applied. Maybe this shows it. They have this percentage that tells you how much you match to the job. Let me see if I can find some. Yeah, here you go. So right now there's none that match me. These are all like 35% match. Like, it'll take a matrix of everything, all your skills, and try to match them with that job. So I have had some that were 100% match, 98% match, 89% match. And usually I'll read through it. Like, I'll read through like what the job description is, even if it says 90%, to see if it matches me. Cause sometimes it'll be off. Like, it'll say it's 93%, but they want you to have a clearance or something like that. Obviously I don't have a top secret clearance or whatever. So I'll just bail out of it. So yeah, there you go. Like, this is one of the tools I use. Not my tool. I did not write this. I do not have a sponsorship. I just been using their tool, and I've gotten 7 interviews so far from this. Still no job from it yet, but 7 interviews, and which what I found is every 3 interviews I'll get like one job offer. So anyway, yeah, that's worked. And then this other tool that I made, this tool has helped me in several ways. One, vibe coding using things like anti-gravity and using things like Google CLI and using Google's cloud and AWS cloud, and doing these projects have helped me get hands-on experience to protecting API keys. It's helped me to use more SAST tools. It helped me to do things like gating on CI/CD pipelines, and those are things I'm actually doing. So I can literally put that stuff in my resume. I can even show them this. I can say, "Hey, look at this thing that I made." You know, so that stuff I've been able to put on my resume, and I'm learning a bunch of stuff, having fun doing it, and then that has helped me to get jobs. And I'm using this to fix my resume or tailor it to a specific job, and it's been rewarding. Like those are the main tools that I've been using. I'm still doing the normal thing, which is, put it out there on LinkedIn, and I would argue that those things still work. LinkedIn and Dice and Monster and all. Well, Monster not so much anymore, but the main ones have been working. The top ones I'd say have been LinkedIn for sure, ZipRecruiter, Indeed, and then followed by Dice, Monster, Career Builder, and the others. In USA Jobs too, I also applied on that one. I'm still doing the old stuff. That stuff still works, and of course, I'm still reaching out to old peers and my old bosses. I'm reaching out to them and talking to them. Hey, man, you guys have any positions open and stuff? I don't burn bridges. I'm a great worker, so um, that also is a factor in everything I do. Those are things that I still that I do. Somebody said, "Did you build that tool on the screen?" Yes, this one right here I built. Use Massive is not mine. Great tool, but that is not mine. But this one right here, this is. And if you guys are interested in getting access to this, it's only going to be available for a limited time for free, because at some point I'm going to have to pay for it once the user base grows too much, and I'll have to start paying for the cloud fees, and I'll have to charge people or whatever the hell I'm going to do with it. I don't know, get rid of it. I'm not sure. But it's if you go to convocourses.com, you'll find a link, or actually maybe I'll just put the link in here. I don't want to blow this thing up too much. Oh, it's not allowing me to put the link in there. Okay, there you go. I don't know if that's going to show you the link, but there it is right there. I just put it in. Not hopefully that's going to work, but we'll see. If you guys are interested in that. And if you guys are interested in more conventional thing of ways of learning, I've got a bunch of books that I put out there, and I just got to give myself a shameless plug. If you go to Amazon, you'll find all my books out there. Go to Bruce Brown. Let me show you guys. Bruce. I just recently put out the AWS practitioner book that after passing it, what I do is took all my notes and then used that to build a book based off of everything that I've learned. And I just want to pass on what I know, and this is the stuff I know. You know what I mean? IT stuff. So that's what I write about. As much as I would love to write other things, this is stuff that I can write off the top of my head. Bear with me. Let me see if I can find one or all of these books here. Yeah, so here it is right here if you're interested. I got a whole bunch that I've been writing over the years. I'll learn something, and then I'll take my notes and then expand it into a book, or in some cases I'll just take, like in this one, the ISO books, that stuff I've been doing for many years. I mean, I could practically just write it off the top of my head because I've just been doing it so long. But here's everything right here, and I plan on writing a lot more. I've got some more in the queue, but I've got to like do some editing or get it peer reviewed by other people. So let's go to Amazon if you're interested. If you're a reader, if you like listen to audiobooks, they're out there. Somebody said can't see the link. Okay, let me see if I can give you guys that link. So if you're interested in the app, the app is going to be on Convo Courses. Login.convocourses, it's in there. And actually, let me just share it with you guys here if I can, if it'll allow me to. Everything helps, just even you accessing the book, checking it out, flipping through some pages if you already have access to it. Can you drop a link? Yep, there's the link to the books. All that stuff helps. And let me give you guys the app that is free right now. And if you join the community, actually, sometimes I'll put free books out there as well. Trust me, it's very self-serving when authors give stuff out for free. We give it out for free so that you can give us reviews or look at it or whatever. Your interaction with it actually helps the algorithm on Amazon, and then other people start buying it or whatever. So yeah, this has been like AI. I've leveraged AI to not take my job away, but to get me jobs by using it as much as possible. And I encourage you to do the same. And here pretty soon, once I learn a little bit more, just like I did with Cloud, I took this journey with Cloud, and I just started learning as much as possible, like researching it, taking courses, getting on the platform and diving in there, and then I start sharing that information. So I'm doing this. I'm gonna do the same thing with AI. Like I have to learn. I take this period of time where I'm just learning, absorbing all this information, and then eventually I'll say, okay, I want to write something deeper on AI, not just prompt engineering, right? Like I want to go deeper into something else, and so that's what I'm building up towards right now. Okay, let me read through some of these comments. Thank you guys for interacting. I really appreciate it. Go to TikTok here. Thanks for all the support. I've had a lot of support on TikTok and on YouTube and stuff. I appreciate everybody's support on this. I did get a job, so if you're worried about me, like, oh man, Bruce doesn't have a job, he's doing DoorDash. I'm still doing DoorDash, but I have a job now, so that starts hopefully here real soon. App for only security stuff. Right now, like all my ideas, all the stuff, since this is all I really mostly most of the stuff I want to do is I've got these things I want to do that are all related to fixing my own problems. So at some point I would like to expand out to something else, but right now it's mostly finding jobs or AI stuff, or security, cyber stuff. Graduating with an IT degree next spring. How do I start and get into this field? What I always encourage people to do is, if you're a student, is to start getting experience right now while you're in school. It's the best time. You can be a working student. A lot of times, like, you got to go to the staff and then ask them flat out if they have working student programs, or if you can just volunteer your time to help fix the laptops if they have them on campus, or fix their Wi-Fi or whatever. Like, get your time, your experience in as much as possible right now while you're in school, before you get your degree or whatever, right? It's not going to be that piece of paper alone that gets you the job. It's going to be the experience. The piece of paper helps you check a box and makes you way more competitive. I'm not telling you don't get a degree. Like, I definitely think there's value still in degrees, for sure. For sure, still, especially in certain fields, and this is one of them. But what's going to get you very competitive is experience. So if you're in school right now and you're about to graduate, don't wait. Right now, go apply at your school and do work in your school, because you can list all experience on campus, even projects on your resume. You can list projects on your resume. I just did. It helped me just to get a job. So, yeah, that's what I would encourage you to do. So right now, before you finish the degree and start applying for jobs, that's what if I were you, in hindsight, that's what I would do. Being in school right now, get experience. Number one, at the school, like right now, get experience, do projects, build servers, build SIEM devices, build firewalls. You can list that on your resume. And then go a step further. Start applying right now for internships, apprenticeships. You're in a special position if you're in school, because you guys are the ones who they want for apprenticeships and stuff. So you can be applying for those and actually apply for other jobs too. Be prepared for rejection, because you're going to get them. I mean, I've been doing this 20 years, and I had to put in 300 resumes to get 300 299 rejections. You know what I mean? So the market is difficult. Don't just give up after one rejection. Just keep going. Don't stop. Somebody said get a GitHub too. Yeah, GitHub too. That's another thing. Like, because then you can use your resume, and you can use a portfolio of all the things you've done. You can use GitHub, and you can say, here's my link to all my GitHub. I vibe coded these. I wrote these scripts. I participated in this other person's project. Here's all the things I've done. Somebody said, "Why are you Ubering, bro? What the?" Yeah. Let me see. 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 Send a Cash App. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll put that on one of my lives or something for donations. What metro are you in? I'm in Colorado. We don't have as big a market as like your DMV area or anything like that. And I mean, well, Springs pretty good. Denver and Springs pretty good. I've never heard of a security engineer being fired before. Maybe GRC ain't worth the pursuit. Well, I would say what's going on is, and I get this from some folks. Right now, the market's really tough. And that said, I got a job. I got a job after about a month. I got another job, so it's not the end of the world, right? And it does happen. I was a subcontractor working in the government. The government is doing all this Doge stuff. I'm sure you've heard of it. So they're laying people off randomly, but they still need people. What's weird is that they're laying people off, but they still need work. I don't know what they're doing. This doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure like what's going on with them. It's very political right now, so it's like a shifting landscape, because they still need the work. I mean, I've been working inside there for years. Like, they don't have enough people doing the work. I'm telling you, but right now it's extra political, so people are being moved around, and all this kind of stuff is happening. They're trying to. It's just a lot of BS happening, a lot of political BS going on. So I would still say GRC is extremely it's very marketable. Um, I got recently 2 offers, and I'm still getting calls for interviews. It's I can't say the same about other career paths, and they're still high paying jobs. So, and then I'm taking a risky route where I'm doing like contracting, subcontracting, 1099 type work sometimes, and if you're trying to be more secure in your position, you probably want a bigger company or work directly for the government. But even these days, with the economy being the way it is, people are just getting laid off no matter what. Somebody says part of life, good and bad times. Yep, that's right. It's that's what happens. What is going on? Can you guys see me? Is this thing something's going on with my screen? Am I moving? I think I'm gonna have to end the screen. It's like it just froze on me. Okay, let me see if I can fix this. I will switch it to integrated camera. Let's see if this works. Is it a camera issue? I think I just lost my camera. Wow, that is crazy. That is freaking crazy. Okay, there we go. I'm back. All right, let me see what else we got. Yeah, that was my camera. My bad. Actually, I'm not sure what happened with that. Answer some more questions. Is it another government job within the private sector? It is. It is. Different organization, but I mean, that's where most of my skills are. So, those are and most of the good stuff that I get is I just been doing it so long that it's it's gonna be my best the best offers I get are gonna be in that field. Good question though. Are bidding on are bid are am I bidding on contracts? How's the DevSecOps going? Um, I'm not I'm not in the contracting world yet. I've kind of dipped my toe, messed around with it. I haven't. I've dabbled, but I haven't been successful in getting a contract. But no, right now I'm not doing that. But I have done it before, and maybe I need to do it again. Maybe I should probably think about doing that again. How's DevSecOps going? It was a great thing to get on my resume. I tell you that much. So since I've been doing that and adding that to my resume, that was one of the things that doing this app like pulled that in and say, hey, you've done this. You should have you done DevSecOps? I'm like, yeah, I have. Put it on your resume. Added it, and wow, that was a huge help. Okay, let me see. Got some questions and comments and stuff on LinkedIn and YouTube. Let me see. I'm just kind of scanning through. Are you finding opportunities on site or remote? Mostly remote. Mostly remote jobs for me, and it's because the place that I live. I'm in a very rural part of Colorado, and I'm pretty far away from like I'm about an hour's drive from like real work. The real good jobs are about an hour away. I have gotten some on-site positions, but mostly it's remote because of where I'm at. Like I think if I lived closer to a DMV type area or Denver or something like that, I'd get way more irresistible on-site offers that I could do. But mostly for me, it's remote. I'm getting mostly remote offers right now. So I'm gonna definitely consider the AWS practitioner. Congratulations on your new positions. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody's help. Thank you, everybody's help. Like there's so many people actually reached out to me directly and put me into their HR departments and stuff. Remote is out there, but it's a golden ticket. It's very scarce. Yeah, I mean, I think that the reason why I'm still getting offers because I've been doing this so long. I've been doing this a really long time, and that's probably the reason why I'm getting so many of those. I'm still getting them because they are very competitive. They're very, very competitive. And I'm getting beat out and I'm just super aggressive. Like I don't stop. Like keep applying for jobs. And even with my skill set and my years in doing this, it's been hard to get a remote position. So yeah, it's hard. It's difficult. It's very, very competitive. AWS AI was a piece of cake. would be a piece of cake for you. Yeah, we'll see. I kind of start reading a little bit about it, and then I figured what happened was I was gonna do the AWS AI or the Azure AI was but that was my real target. But as I started doing more research, I started realizing that the one that I should get is an associate in AWS, the AWS SAA, the architect, the associate architect. Where's Black? Where's Professor Black Ops when I need him? Anyway, Professor Black Ops told me to get SAA, and I believe him. Uh, all of his advice has worked. So he's been a cloud guy for quite some time. So he advised me to do the SAA. So I started kind of moving that in that direction, which is a harder certification. But once I lost my job, I just put the brakes on and said, nope, I'm gonna do nothing but look for work. I'm not gonna study. I'm just gonna go ahead and look for a job. And it worked. I now got a job. I used AI to do it. That was a big help to finding that position. And I would greatly encourage you guys to do the same thing. Use all the tools at your disposal. Have to take it one day at a time. God will handle the rest. Got to maintain your mental. Exactly. Take it one step at a time. Don't give up. Keep going. Just know that you're gonna get one. It's out there. You just gotta don't stop. Don't stop going. Have faith. Then on TikTok, let me see. Somebody said using Ansible to stig check config on switches with 4git. Got my RHCE working on OpenShift to Kubernetes. Oh man, this dude's it's the real deal. That is impressive. Am studying for the CGRC certification. Any tips? Yeah, I got a big tip for you. So this dude named Ryan, man, this dude put together this really good CGRC certification breakdown, and it is. Let me see if I can find the link. If you want, like, you can go to my site and get the link, but he has it out there for free. Let me see. It's called the Mango, and it is awesome. I have the CGRC. It's very, very helpful for for the government sector. Yeah, actually this is Ryan right here on Reddit. Let me just send you this link right here. Just check this out. It's a Reddit link, and then it'll show you the Mango that has a breakdown of CGRC. Great certification, especially for us GRC government people, because it's breaking down the NIST 800 and risk management framework. Simplifies it, breaks it down. Not a difficult certification, but you do have to do some reading on NIST 800. Yeah, I would love to get out of government contracting world too, but it's hard to compete with the pay. I mean, it's what it is. Like, I've been doing this so long that I'm I'm paid. I get more offers in that space because of my skill set is like a one for one. I'll be like 100%, 98% match on a lot of the jobs that are high paying. I I have worked in the private sector before, and it was great, but some of the tools they use are just a little bit different than what the government specifically uses, if that makes any sense. So, you know what I mean? So, it's just I'm getting more offers, from there, and they're pretty high paying, so it's like, damn, that's what's happening. I mean, not to say I can't get one, but there's just more. I'll get for every one offer I get from private sector, I'll get 5 from government contracting, you know. I just want to get out of the clearance world. Yeah, now that I've done. So I'm not in the clearance world anymore. But they keep trying to pull me back in. I'm not in the clearance world anymore, but in the regular federal government, they do like something called a public trust. And it took a while for me to get. I was scared as hell to get out to lose that clearance. Yeah, I was scared, man. I was like, "Damn, what am I gonna do? Like, what if I lose my job or whatever?" But surprisingly enough, there's so many opportunities outside the DoD. Outside of. Damn it, this thing keeps freezing up on me. I might have to stop this, y'all. This my camera's freezing up, and I don't know why. I'm gonna go integrated camera real quick. Can you guys hear me still? I'm gonna go back, see if it okay. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to call it quits here real soon. Let me just read a few more of these. Jose says, reminds me on when Diacap transitioned to RMF and they wanted ISOs to wear multiple hats. Pros and cons. You learn a lot, but it burns you out real quick. Yeah. I was there for that. I was there for that. I was one of the guys teaching the transition. When I heard about risk management framework having like 1,000 controls, I was like, "What the hell? How are we gonna do that?" Let me see. What else do we have here? Congratulations on your new positions. I thought my clearance would help. Shaking my head. Just keep trying. Don't give up, Netta. Don't give up. That's the key. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't be discouraged. I know. I mean, that's easier said than done, but it's coming from somebody who just did it. So it gets discouraging after a while. It feels like you're ice skating uphill with all these jobs. Sometimes, like, you'll get the ones that really frustrated me or discouraged me was like the ones where I knew I was a match. Like, I knew I had this job, like it was my job, and it was like I could kill this job. I do the interview. I thought I did really well, and then they still didn't hire me. Those are the ones that get me. Those are the ones that make me want to be like, I'm just gonna be a door dasher. I don't want to do this anymore. But but yeah, I mean, don't give you can't give up. You can't give up. I mean, the way I always figure it, Netta, is like if they don't hire me, it's their loss. I'm a damn good worker. It's your loss if you don't hire me. I am the best at what I do. And it's your loss if you didn't try to get me, then you're the one who lost, not me, right? Wow, so many comments. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Ryan stuff is on Reddit. Yeah, he oh, you want me to drop that? Okay. Yeah, this is just the one that's on the site. If you're on my site, this is the same. It's the same link. Same stuff. It's really good stuff. Look up eval stigs. You will never use SCAP tool again. Oh, okay. I'll try to check that out. Maybe could do like a demonstration of it or something. Okay, let me answer a couple more of these. What's your best? Okay, it's my last one. What's your best advice for beginners? The best thing I could tell you for beginners, like if you're really just starting out on this, um, number one, it's a huge field. There's gonna be all these influencers that tell you all this craziness, right? One of my favorite creators on TikTok, her name is Cyber Fairy. I watch her stuff all the time. It's very real take. I like how she doesn't like I like real like to hear from real people getting through this, not just people who are very good at marketing. You know what I mean? Like those are good to watch too, but it's like eating candy, like I like to watch like get a full meal from somebody who's really doing work out there, and Cyber Fairy is one of them. And so she's a beginner, and watching her journey, it's very inspiring to me because that's her attitude is what it takes to make it in this field. That attitude of not quitting, that attitude of having patience on working on a project that you're trying to figure out, and you're not going to give up until you figure it out, right? And then pushing yourself harder to figure things out. That's the attitude it takes. You can't quit. You got to keep going. But one thing you should keep in mind is that this is a very big field. And all of these influencers are going to try to get in your head about which way to go, or oh, don't do this because it's bad or whatever. Um, the field is so huge that there's all these different avenues that you can take, right? Like don't just don't just follow flashy objects. Like right now it's AI. 2 years ago it was cloud. Next year it's going to be this year is going to be agentic, whatever, right? So what I would encourage you to do is get your hands dirty as much as possible. Get in front of a computer, build things, break things. If you're a hacker, hack things. Um, do the work. Put the work in, and you'll start to learn not only the craft, but you'll start to know, because it's such a large field that you can be a network engineer and go that route and never mess with coding, never write code. You can go the coding route and very rarely mess around with GRC stuff. You can go into the GRC route and not really know how to code or how to do networking stuff. You can There's just so many different avenues you can go and grow in each one of those fields because it's just such a large field. So just keep that in mind. But once you start learning the common body of knowledge, whether you're doing it on networking or you're doing it in software engineering or you're doing in whatever part of you start in, you start going down this road, you'll start to figure out like what you really want to do. Cause that's what happened to me. I started off, actually, I was in a whole nother field. I was in the Air Force. I was a weapon specialist. I was a, I was a, I was a grunt in the Air Force where I was just I shot guns. That's it. I was like a glorified security guard. I was those gate guard guys who are in the Air Force. That I was one of those guys. So that's what I did, and I cross trained. I knew that was not something I wanted to do. This to this day, doing that, being an MP, or we call it security forces, was the hardest job I've ever had by far, bar none. That's why I have mad respect for first responders, because that shit is hella hard. It's hella stressful. Anyway, I cross trained into being doing computers. And my first job was help desk. And I learned customer service. I learned the difference between client server model, a little bit of networking. But then I realized as I'm fixing computers, I'm like, wait a minute, there's some specializations here. We had some guys who were firewall. We had guys who were doing network. We had people doing all these different things. And I'm like, I think I want to do networking. I'm going to try that. So I started getting into networking, and I got pretty good at it. Ended up working when I got out of the military. Started doing field tech engineer, doing being a field tech, doing Unix and some a little bit of everything. And you're just gonna find out like where you want to go, where you want to fit. And for me, it was security. I did security for 5 years before I went into computers. It just comes now. I just know what you should and shouldn't do because I've been doing it so long, and have an idea of things like access controls, and because you do that kind of stuff in security, in physical security. It just came natural to me. I just got good at it over the years of just doing it over and over again. And so that's where now I'm just good at it. One of my interviewers asked me that. It's like, "Hey, what do you like about cyber? What got you into cybersecurity?" And I said I did not want to do cybersecurity. All right, there we go. I think that's my cue. My camera just froze again. All right, guys. I don't know what's going on with this connection. I think it's my camera. I gotta do something else here, but I'm gonna let you guys go. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your tips, your donations, your everything, your support in these hard times. I will see you guys on the next.